expansion of Sikh Empire. So he started this expansion of Sikh Empire, and he sent his general Gulab Singh to Jammu region, the current Jammu region. Okay, in fact, the Kashmir region. Understand, my dear friends? Here, they occupied Jammu, Kashmir, even Ladakh, and tribal people of Balochistan. So, these areas were almost controlled by these people. Having said this, as we saw in medieval history, after conquest of India to certain parts of Delhi and other regions, Muhammad Ghori appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as a general, as a trusted person. Similar to that, similar to Ghori and Aibak, we have here Ranjit Singh appointed Gulab Singh. Ranjit Singh appointed Gulab Singh as a general to the newly conquered region. The newly conquered region, he became the so-called the general. So try to understand these points very carefully. When you come to the close topic, you will see some interesting facts there. So now, Gulab Singh became the general there. Later, shortly after that, hardly in 1837, around that time. So 1830s to be precisely, 1830s, Ranjit Singh died. This is the biggest historical change in my point of view with respect to Sikh Empire history. After Ranjit Singh's death, we saw Anglo-Sikh Wars. Try to understand, we will read the same content even India-China border conflict also. But we don't find too much about what happened later the death of Ranjit Singh. We'll try to focus about what happened then, what is Johnson line, what is McDonald's line. But this very interestingly, after death of Ranjit Singh, so Gulab Singh became aligned with the British. Very interestingly. So after the Anglo-Sikh War, we have two Anglo-Sikh Wars. Two Anglo-Sikh Wars. One, we have the first Anglo-Sikh War. And this Anglo-Sikh War tried to end. So first Anglo-Sikh War happened in 1845. First one happened in 1845. And second Anglo-Sikh War happened in 1848. Not deep. I'm not diving into the history of Anglo-Sikh Wars. I'm just telling to you, you can read Anglo-Sikh War, Treaty of the Anglo-Sikh War, who was the Governor General at that time, you can read. Having said this, British accepted Gulab Singh as a, powerful person here. And Gulab Singh continued to be as a person also. So, after 1857 battle, very well, 1857 battle is also called as Sipahi Revolt. Some princes in India, or some kings in India, so accepted British sovereignty. Okay, And one among them is these people. You see, directly I'm coming to 1947 because in 1947 again we have a different situation. British gave independence by India's Independence Act. British gave independence by using Independence India's Independence Act. Friends, the word India is very controversial right now. So we will discuss that point also. Time being allows us, we'll finish that today itself. Okay. What are the different names of India? What is the possibility of the next situations? What will happen to the name? Whether it will change or not? We'll try to finish that in today's session. Now, India's Independence Act, as you know very well, created three peculiar situations. Three situations for us. So, what are the three situations are about? One, straight away, domain of domain of India. Next we have one domain of India. Two, we have Pakistan. Two, we have Pakistan. And three, and the most importantly, we have what is very interestingly called as princely states option. So princely states are now got an interesting option that they can choose either. Princely states can choose either Pakistan or India. Either Pakistan or India. Do follow my narration again. I began with Ranjit Singh Sikh expansion, Gulab Singh, the story of Gulab Singh and princely states. And those princely states which accepted British sovereignty, they became the princely states. They became the princely states. And these princely states very played an important role in the existence. Friends, I would like to tell you, most of the princely states out of 565, 562 joined with India, but Jammu and Kashmir are having some doubts. Why? Jammu and Kashmir is not happy with both of them, both Pakistan and both India. See, Nizam has intentions with join with Nizam, a princely states from Hyderabad. He openly stated he want to join with Pakistan. That is what the problem is about. No problem here. He has some opinion. But Kashmir, which has the lineage of Gulab Singh, what today we have at that time, Maharaja Hari Singh is there. Hari Singh. So the name Singh, no, you can see the Gulab Singh there. So still there are prominent people there. Now, Hari Singh is not undecided about this issue. Go undecided where to go. You can tell me, he can go to Pakistan, right? Better option. Being a Sikh person and ruling over Kashmiri Muslims tribe, Pakistan, an Islamic country, never accept a Sikh king as a king of a Muslims territory. Not possible. If he joins with India, not possible. Because with Pakistan, what he can face with Pakistan, Islamic culture is the biggest problem. Islamic issues are there. With India, what is the major issue? India is there. What is India at that time? Today also, India is a democratic country, no? Democratic country and republic country. What is republic? The word mentioning is about. Any guess? The word republic. May I have attention, please? What is republic?
It's a choice of people to choose.
Absolutely correct. It's the choice of the people. So people will choose the leaders here. So we find that
Monarchy is not there.
absolutely Hari Singh clearly mentioned, have an idea that democratic republic, they won't accept monarchy. So not possible to have monarchy monarchy rule in India. So let us say how let us say you have one option that you can drink water which is mixed with poison, you will die. You can drink a chemical which makes you to die. A food which is mixed with chemicals which are toxic in nature, they will make you to die. Second thing, you have a liquid water which is added with poison, which make you to die. So food will make you to die, water will make you to die. I guess you are very clear here. So I want to confirm to you that on one side we have food which will make you to die. Second day we have water which will make you to die. So, kya karu? The option is either you should stop drinking water, same time you should stop eating food. It was the plan of action of the so-called Maharaja Hari Singh. So very clear. So he doesn't want to choose an Islamic country that is Pakistan. He doesn't want. He has some respect towards India, but he doesn't want to choose a democratic republic country. क्या करो चुपचाप कर बैठ जाओ. He did the same thing.
He will die with hunger there.
It's a good point of time. That is the hunger will come. I will tell you that. So interestingly, in this case, we have a peculiar situation. You are not willing to drink, but people are forcing you to drink. That is what happened with respect to Hari Singh. भाई साहब क्या किया भाई साहब? He just remained silent over the issues, but Pakistan doesn't silent. And Kashmiri Muslim tribes joined with Pakistan. So Kashmiri Muslim tribes joined with Pakistan and they launched sudden war. And they launched sudden war. And they launched sudden war, and that is happened very interestingly in 1947 itself. 1947, so Pakistan plus some Kashmiri tribes within the region, they waged war. Kya karu? So if you have the enough strength, you can face the enemy. If you don't have the enough strength, you should get the alliance. That is what Bhagavad Gita says. S. Jaishankar in his book India's Way, he dedicated a chapter for Krishna diplomacy. Okay, finding alliances. Friends, so Kashmir along with Pakistan, some tribes of Kashmir waged war against the so-called mighty Hari Singh. So Hari Singh need help. So for that he decided to take the help from India. Why? This is the case. We are going to see some interesting developments here. Very interesting developments. At that time, India was under, in my opinion, India was under control of semi-control of British. We are just getting rid of the Britishes. We should remember that. We became a republic, democratic in a practical sense after 1952 exactly. People might have difference with me, but try to understand. 1946, we have Constitutional Assembly. 47, we have independence. 49, we finish writing Constitution. 50, 51, Constitutional Assembly worked as a parliament. Very clearly, I want to confirm to you, the Constitutional Assembly represents 20% of India's adult franchise. Remember, the last time we had the adult franchise methodology based on that education taxation powers. Taxation powers are the key elements in representation in voting. So here is the point. Hari Singh tried to come with India. And now, out of 565 princely states, we have, annexation by force, by lobbying done by Sardar Patel. But this time Patel was absent. We have involvement of Nehru.
Nehruji.
Nehru sir has less command over this kind of annexations. To be precisely, I am not going to no, depart from any facts. Princely states annexation more or less engaged by Patel because he has some experience from the interim government. He worked as a home minister, so he has some experience with bureaucrats also. Nehru took help from, I'm talking about things, facts should be given here. Nehru in this context took help from one side from Patel, but still he was relied from the inputs of Lord Mountbatten. Now, people may have some difference here with me, but still, Lord Mountbatten gave some inputs to Nehru. As he has some command over India, Lord Mountbatten, the last, in fact, he's a general, military general. The idea of parliament is the famous generals of some famous battles, they used to come as a viceroys and governor generals. Mind it. Cornwallis came to India after successful defeat in American War of Independence. Now he came back here. So the general of World War II, Mountbatten, came here along with Edward Mountbatten. So there is some kind of jokes or reality, I'm not sure. Chacha find Chachi at late age, but a foreigner Chachi. Okay, that is what I can tell you. So I cannot go beyond that. You can imagine what happened.
सर लेट
So,
समझ आया.
so you cannot explain these things very elaborately. So Chacha got Chachi at the late age. Edward Mountbatten, the lady Mountbatten, became very close to Nehruji. Nehruji even became friend to these people. Nehruji used to call Mountbatten as brother. You can ask this very interesting relation. Don't go beyond this. We'll continue the story of Jammu and Kashmir. So the interesting thing is the brother of Nehru, Mountbatten, gave a suggestion. We can take Kashmir. In fact, Patel even want to Kashmir. Even at that time, we have one more leader from nationalist point of view, Shama Prasad Mukherjee, B.R. Ambedkar. All these people are there. They were willing to accept Kashmir, but how it will be annexed. So for Hyderabad, they used force, Operation Polo. We call even many exams asked which of the princely state of India added to Indian territory by Operation Polo. It is directly your Operation Polo, Hyderabad. But they don't want to use operation here by military force. Then what is the way? The way is instrument of accession. The way they want to use is instrument of accession. So Nehru finally came with the instrument of instrument of accession. Without any doubt, without any, any kind of issues, Hari Singh signed this. So there comes the point. India went to the war, and finally, war ended with what is it called as Karachi Agreement. Karachi Agreement, and this agreement is very important for defense, internal security issues. It created LOC. Today, LOC is there, no line of control. It was created by Karachi Agreement only. Previously, we have Radcliffe Line. आपको मालूम है ना Radcliffe Line? We call Radcliffe Line separates India Pakistan. It was by these people only. But however, I would like to tell you that Radcliffe Line was also there. Karachi Line added to the list. Unfortunately, Pak occupied some Kashmir. Today we are called as POK. Entire Balochistan, other issues went away from India. So POK was left to Pak, and this was done. Notwithstanding with the border issues, I am now entering into what happened to Jammu and Kashmir later. So 1948, my dear friends, Nehru went and started to negotiate with Hari Singh. But interestingly, Nehru, as he got inputs that Kashmiri tribes should be involved in the discussions. So, from Kashmir point of view, he chose Sheikh Abdullah. So, Sheikh Abdullah became the sole representative along with some other tribes. He became the sole representative of the Sheikh Abdullah became the sole representative of Kashmir people. And Sheikh Abdullah got highest prominence because he can voice of the Kashmir, and this you can see that Kashmir people now came to the point. Now, series of meetings conducted at Delhi. For example, then 1948 we have the death of Gandhiji assassinated by a person, Godse. Series of meetings conducted in 1952. They came to the conclusion 54. They came up with a president 52. They came with a Delhi Agreement. Remember this Delhi Agreement, very important for us. Delhi Agreement. And what Delhi Agreement went on to say. Okay. So Delhi Agreement went on to say these points. Coming back to the topic here. Number one, Delhi Agreements went on to say that we will have, I mean, the Kashmir region, which if this want to integrate with India, okay. So they put forward certain demands, very interesting ones, please. Certain demands are number one, we want separate constitution. Number one. Number two, separate flag. Number three, your unitary provisions, fundamental rights, say it can be certain parts of Indian territory, Indian constitution, financial emergency, you should not impose on us. Is it the Padmavati movie? No. पद्मावती रानी पद्मावती अलाउद्दीन के साथ मुलाकात करने के लिए तैयार है, लेकिन कुछ शर्त है, मंजूर है. सेम फेमस डायलॉग नो, मंजूर है, मंजूर है, मंजूर है. That is what it was, the voice from the Nehru and his team. B.R. Ambedkar opposed it. Shama Prasad Mukherjee has some concerns. They are not happy with, because the B.R. Ambedkar voice tried to understand. He openly criticized that. See, we took 2 years, 11 months, 18 days, spent 63 lakhs precisely to write this beautiful constitution with the unitary integrity and so-called equal provisions. But you are trying to drive out from the things. But still, to appease this Muslim community and so-called Kashmiri tribal communities, the same dialogues, मंजूर है, हमको अलग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चाहिए, मंजूर है, फिर झंडा मंजूर है, स्पेशल प्रोविजंस मंजूर है. Friends, this went on to extreme level that, remember the story of American independence. We have, every state has a separate constitution after American independence. Unfortunately, we don't have that particular structure, but still, Kashmir has it. So, Delhi Agreement concluded with this famous points. Number one, separate constitutions, separate flag, certain union features should not interfere into India. And Indian government should limit to defense, communications, to some extent foreign affairs. Only this. I repeat again, defense, communications and foreign exchange only you can interfere. Remaining, don't come. Don't come. So, people protested. Shama Prasad Mukherjee even protested. He was arrested. He was died in the mysterious circumstances later. Whatever, my friends, Jammu and Kashmir Jammu and Kashmir entered into a new phase of life. Today also it is there. Not today exactly. Previously it was there. So I want to confirm to you, 1952 Delhi Agreement created that. So where we can keep Jammu and Kashmir? Where we can keep Jammu and Kashmir Indian Constitution, my dear friends? Jammu and Kashmir was kept exactly in the part 21 of Indian Constitution, where entire part 21 is talking about some kind of special provisions. So Article 21, sorry, part 21 was placed here, part 21. Do remember here, part 21, very important one. It is began with Article 369. Article 369, which is quite important for us to remember. Article 369. Article 369, just a second. Okay. So Article 369 has a very unique provisions. Very unique provisions. You see, our constitution don't want to compromise anything with respect to the unity in India. So it created a unique provision in Article 369. Do you remember this article again? Will come in the our discussion. Due course of time, it will come again. What Article 369 stated? It stated temporary powers to. Do remember here? You can have the bold things here. Temporary powers here. So temporary powers to Parliament. You see, before this, we have 368. No, Parliament has the power to change the constitution. Interesting, the next article it is limited the temporary power to Parliament to make laws. Temporary powers to Parliament to make laws. To make laws with respect to make laws with respect to. I repeat again, just try to understand here. Temporary provisions to make laws with respect to certain matters, with respect to certain matters in state list, state list, state list, if they were exist, if they were matters in concurrent list. For those who don't have any idea about this, I will give you better clarity. Give me 2 minutes time. Concurrent list. Example, we have trade, commerce, and then we have some kind of issues like, uh, raw cotton, textiles of trades, so on and so forth. Don't stress too much here. I will give you clarification. The clarification is your parliament is empowered to change many things in the constitution as Article 368. 368, even 369 also even went on to say powers are given to the parliament in a temporary time, temporary power. If they want to make a law over trade and commerce, trade and commerce, let us say it comes under concurrent list. Interestingly, parliament can come here and make a law. Parliament can create a law. And if it is associated to some extent with the state list, what you call state list, it can do it. Classical example I want to give you. 2020 farm laws are there, no? Farm laws. Of course, they were repealed. Farm laws. So the farm laws, union government said we did it from the concurrent list. In the concurrent list, we have, interesting called as food commodities, that one, food commodities. From that onwards, we did it. Okay. And with this Article 369, as it is in the concurrent list. So it is also food, and we entered into agriculture. We can do it. Of course, many lawyers argued it won't stay. I mean, this is very vague one, vague interpretation. So temporary powers. Try to understand. Temporary powers were given. It can enter into state list. It can create laws if those state matters have some association with concurrent list. Example: trade, food, commodity, some etc. Points, some points. Try to understand. Don't stress here. Then Article 370. Article 370 again begins with a beautiful thing. It is again temporary. Do remember these words? I'm writing in a bold letters. Temporary, transitional, and special powers, special provisions. Do remember this. The words are very important. Supreme Court has very interpretations here. So one is temporary, transitional, and special power provisions with respect to Jammu and Kashmir. Straight away. It went on to say, in brief explanations, they went on to say that we have special provisions to all these things and everything. I want to stress here that this was accepted. So special provisions were accepted, and there is a point I want to confirm. Separate state was created, separate constitution was given, separate flag was given, and they had their own thing. So, along with the Delhi Agreement also demanded Article 35A. So, while the judgments are going on, so we have the CJI who said this article is very, very unfortunate to be in the constitution. Very, very unfortunate. Why? If this article is what article is trying to say? Article is trying to be discrimination. What discrimination, sir? Let us say, out of curiosity, what I did, I started to love a Kashmiri girl. Imagine me. I never spoke with a Kashmiri girl, in fact, in my lifetime also, but still. And we have both, both mutually accepted, mutually, exchange of heart, soul, and exchange of what do you call assets also happen, not assets in the sense properties also happen, not happen. Now we want to marry. If I marry a Kashmiri girl, or let us say Jammu girl, I won't get any rights of Jammu people. I won't get any rights of Jammu people. Clear one. Number two, if I marry a Kashmiri girl, the girl provisions like she has some reservations, she has some kind of provisions, and her children will have some kind of reservations. No, everything is faded out. No more. No more. If you marry a outsider of Kashmir region, no more rights to you. No more. May say it can be say it can be reservations, say it can be some kind of local domicile reservations or something else. Everything will be faded away if you marry outsider. Now, this is not for men. You can see Tina Dabi married a Kashmiri boy. That is not for men. Okay, that is for only for women. Why? So that was also given, and they said it is aims to protect our culture. That's great. Given. I told Manzoor hai. Everything is Manzoor hai. Interestingly, that discriminatory provision stayed with us until August 5th, 2019. It is continued to be there. So today we have an interesting judgment. Interesting judgment in 2018. Very interesting judgment called as case Puttaswamy. I hope you know. Case Puttaswamy. If anyone is not confused, not having any idea about Puttaswamy, please let me know. Case Puttaswamy. How many of you are aware?
So not aware.
Then it's
No,
okay.
sir.
Then it's okay. Listen, so no. What Puttaswamy said, a 90 years old man, imagine me, you can imagine me as a Setupati, Vijay Setupati, 90 years old man in Jawan, okay? Imagine 90 years old man Puttaswamy faced one problem. Lawyer, Supreme Court lawyer. What is the problem? One, a group of people asked him, uh, can you provide your phone, name? They said, okay. Name K.S. Puttaswamy, age 90 years. What is your phone number? K.S. Puttaswamy said, why I should give my phone number? They said, we are coming from Aadhaar agency. We want to collect data. No issue. I don't want to give you my phone number. Then the other agent said, can you give your fingerprint? Puttaswamy said, why and how dare you to collect my private fingerprints? I don't want to give you. Okay, I guess you are an old man. You are feeling shy because your fingerprints may not be clear. We will take iris. Swami said, do you think I'm a fool? I don't want to give you my iris also. They said, sir, you don't get pension, PDS. Then we have what is called as, DBT. We won't give you. They said, no problem for me. No problem for me. Just go away. Puttaswamy took his pleader coat. He traveled to Delhi and he wrote everything. That is, my lordship, do privacy comes under fundamental rights. If it's which fundamental rights covering? From my point of view, I'm arguing personal liberty even includes privacy. Article 21 famously, I can tell you. Friends, Supreme Court created 13 judges bench. Famous one. After, you can see Keshavananda Bharati, Golaknath. We have the next largest bench was created. 13 judges. Issues are going on. Supreme Court came with a famous judgment in 2018. Case Puttaswamy versus Union of India 2018 judgment, which guarantees for you and for me, for all of us, right to privacy. Right to privacy was given to you. Okay. I want to confirm to you that within this right to privacy, the next judgments came. They said marriage is even a private affair. It can be public affair, but it is between two important persons. Two adults will have it, no. Even marriage is also a private issue. Nobody should interfere. So, but interestingly, this judgment is not applied to Jammu and Kashmir at that time because 2018 it was came. So, at all cost, we came to August 2019. We came to August 2019. And before August 5th, 2019, we have several interesting developments. We have CRPF forces and other security forces deployed in Kashmir, like anything they deployed. And then Amit Shah ji gave the speech. So Amit Shah began with the speech and he introduced a famous Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. So, no, many friends, it was introduced. Okay, it was introduced. And the straight away it stated abrogation or repeal, abrogation of article, article 370 and removal of article 35A. Okay, severe issues happened like anything. People opposed it anything, they said no, what should not happen, like should have many discussions that happen, whatever, nothing is remains. They packed everything. Okay. All right, this brings me to our discussion. Abrogation of Article 370, arguments favor, arguments against. Arguments favor, arguments against. Right, we will discuss one by one. Okay. So, I would like to tell you one important thing, my dear friends. So, that is, just a second. Ah. We began with the show here, I mean, the present show. That is, just a second. Yeah. One, it was removed. Why? It was removed. Why? Number one is we have, it is a temporary provision. Temporary provision, Article 370 was, the title itself said that it's a temporary provision. So it was abrogated. The abrogation is correct, in fact. Because Article 370, I told you, Article 370 begins with temporary and transition provision. So abrogation is not a problem. It can be done. So those who are favoring, they will say abrogation can be done. Number two, you can write that it is against the integrity and unity of India. No, you don't have an integrity feeling. You feel that separate constitution is there, separate national anthem is there, separate flag is there. You have the right. Okay, you can go ahead, not a problem. Separate, no, I think no separate national anthem. Separate flag and separate constitution are very clear. So that is there. So it is impeding national integrity and preamble goals. How the preamble, no? Our goals are there, no? That is there. That is also violated. Further, I would like to tell you that very interestingly, we have the incidence of security and terrorism. So security and terrorism is there, and that is also why that can be controlled. That be controlled by national government better than state government. So that for that reason we can go for abrogation. So I just want to confirm you that with these reasons you can go ahead. Next important thing, apart from as it is temporary provisions can be abrogated, as it is challenge to the integration can be abrogated, as it is to focus more on security and terrorism, it can be abrogated. And what is also important is governance. Corruption is very high here. Corruption is very high. So that can be also abrogated. Corruption is high, so can be abrogated. And then we have one more issue. Apart from corruption, lack of economic development. Now, I've just told you, you cannot enter into Kashmir. You cannot buy a land. You cannot invest. You cannot invest. You cannot buy a land. So that cannot be possible to you. So lack of economic development is there. You cannot buy land. You cannot investment directly. That is also there. Then we have what is called as a very interestingly local democracy. Many sarpanches were killed. Many sarpanches were killed by the local people. So that is also very interesting one. So many sarpanches were killed. So local democracy is not clear, not strengthened there. It is against Article 40. So it can be abrogated. Many central laws are not applicable. Right to education not applicable. Right to information not applicable. So it can be abrogated. No reservations for Sikh and Hindus. They are minorities, interestingly, there. No reservations for them. So can be abrogated. For equitable development, see, we have, central universities in Jammu, central universities in Kashmir, no central university in Ladakh. So for equitable development, it should be abrogated. Last, discrimination of women, Article 35A. I told you now, Article 35A. Kashmiri women cannot marry the outsiders. It can be abrogated. So this is how we can write certain points. You see, why Krishna is great. The Kartikeya 2 movie, I hope you saw that, in Hindi version. Krishna is great because he did many things, no? In UPSC answer writing, my dear friends, it is not about how many books you read. In even your state public service commission also. It is not about how many books you read. It is not about how many pages you wrote. It is not about how many, what do you call, papers you are filling daily. It is about how valuable you are writing. So, do remember this? Temporary provisions, then challenge to the integration, security and terrorism, governance, corruption issues, and corruption apart from the lack of development because the land you cannot buy, investment is cannot happen, local democracy is not possible to strengthen, central laws. Example, central laws cannot apply.
So right to information, right to
And
consultation,
right to education cannot apply. CAG is doesn't apply there. So
freedom
all
of
these
the.
things, all
So the,
these things can apply.
so the
Then we
question.
have reservations issues, and for equitable development of Jammu, Kashmir, Ladakh regions, we need to abrogate this. Discrimination of women issues, we need to abrogate this. Till now, you can imagine me as a what do you call BJP person, but today I'm now from this second onwards I'll become Congress wala. Okay,
सर
बोलो भाई साहब.
सर एब्रोगेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370 होने के बाद जो भी सेंट्रल लॉ अप्लाई नहीं होता था वो अप्लाई होने लगा, वो क्या रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव अप्लाई होने लगा कि प्रोस्पेक्टिव?
No, it is not respect to prospect only. Ah. So what do you mean by retrospective? Going back to the previous years.
1947,
Yeah. So
1951.
they will go back 1951 like that, but there is no such things. Okay, be clear. Chalo. Against arguments. So till it is BJP, now the turn of Congress and leftist parties. Okay. So the major challenges, it's legal challenges. Legally, many challenges are there. Not one or two, my dear friends. Many. Uh, Before going to explain this, I would like to take a note from you. What is Article 3? Any idea? Article 3.
So, not sure, but it is about state, means India is a
State
union of
boundary.
state or state boundary related.
Bolo, bolo. Next.
सर
Sir, state boundary.
फॉर्मेशन एडिशन और डिलीशन ऑफ अ स्टेट बाउंड्री.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
Indian territories also.
डिलीट तो होगा नहीं, एडिशन ही बेसिकली.
mm-hmm. Okay. What is you cannot find in American Constitution, you can find in Indian Constitution. Where in American Constitution center, you can do even though it do all the tapas and all the puja, it cannot create any state there. Even it cannot diminish any state there.
सर 50 मींस 50.
So here it is the point here, Article 3. Article 3 empowers, right away empowers Parliament. Parliament has power to create the states, diminish the states, change the boundaries, whatnot. Article 3, I want to confirm to you, my dear friends, gave power to Parliament. But the process is very important for all of us. For MCQs, for state public service commission exam, for SSC exams, process is important. President will lay down the bills. President will start it. And the president proposal will send to state for opinion. Do follow these words very carefully. Very carefully, you should understand. Opinion will be taken. Opinion will be taken from the states, not bounded. You cannot. You are not bounded. You can give whatever you want. Not bounded. Last, Parliament with a simple majority. You know, simple majority, right? Number of people present and voting. That's it. With a simple majority, they can simply torn away any states in India. Simple majority. Gross misuse was happened in these developments. When Article 3 empowering Parliament to create any state, the initial process will be sent from the President of India. Bicep, try to understand here. President will start, states will give opinion, Parliament will go for its simple majority. Suno mere kahani idhar. In Jammu and Kashmir in 2019, when Jammu and Kashmir is supposed to abrogate it, you know very well, state turned into union territory at that time. Union territory. Union territory, and it was bifurcated, in fact. You remember this bifurcation? Bifurcated into Union territory of Jammu, Union territory of Jammu, along with Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir.
Ladakh.
Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir with the assembly. Do you remember this? With assembly.
Delhi, Pondicherry.
Mostly like Delhi only, not Pondicherry. They gave similar to Delhi only. So with assembly it was created, and second thing it created Union territory of Ladakh. Union territory of Ladakh with no assembly. Clear? Chalo bhai sahab. So here is the point. So if you are dividing state, if you are affecting the state boundaries, tell me whom should be consulted? Yes, please.
So J&K and Ladakh.
No, in precisely you can say state should be consulted, right, Deepak? And other
States.
people. State should be consulted, my dear friends. That was absent here. Because there is no assembly at that time. There is no assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. Why? Because Jammu and Kashmir was at that time under president rule. Under president rule. So, can you remember that the Article 370 created, not by amendment in fact, Article 370 created through a presidential order. Through a presidential order it was created. President gave one order and it was created. Similarly, they used the same presidential order here to remove it. So presidential order 2019 was given as a opinion of state assembly. Try to understand. The opinion of the assembly is the opinion of the elected members. But here, president's opinion is considered as opinion of state, which is not legally feasible. I directly wrote the point. Legally, it is a problem because it amended through presidential order. It cannot be amended to presidential order. In fact, cannot be amended to presidential order. So that is clearly, I can tell you that. You can remember that. So, and here the challenge is how presidential order is equated with assembly opinion. Assembly opinion. First legal challenge. It is still in the court. We'll wait and what? Assembly opinion. First legal challenge. Next legal challenge, Article 370, what it said, Article 370. They're very clear and very confident also. What they said? Bhai Sahab, you are very smart Indians. One day, with Article 368, what is Article 368? Article 368.
So, taxes.
Amendment.
Procedure to amend the constitution.
Amendment power of constitution. Very good, Shekhar. And amendment power of constitution. So what is important is Article 370 clearly stated. By some one day you will come, I know. because you are out, Hathiyar is there, no, you can kill, you can come, you can attack. So here is the point. Article 370 says Article 368 doesn't apply to. Article 368 doesn't apply to Article 370. Article 368 doesn't apply to Article 368 doesn't apply to Article 370. Very clear. Article 370. Done. Issue done. The second challenge is how can you amend something which cannot be amended by the same power? You are amending Article 360, 370 by Article 368. Not possible. The article itself said not possible. But you did it with the same thing. How it is feasible? Again, a legal question. Legal question 1, presidential order. Legal question 2, Article 368 amendment. Then legal question 3, how presidential order is equal to state assembly. These are 3 legal questions still in the court of law. 2, international backlash. What is international backlash? Muslim countries are not happy with this. I'm not talking about Pakistan, even some Iran country, Iran, Turkey, they are also not happy with that. They are feeling that it is a Islamophobic move. It is a move. It is a move to, it is a move to affect the, what you call as Islamic cultures. They believe it is affecting Islamic cultures. Okay. So they believe that it is against Islamic culture. So they want to project it as Islamic culture. See, this is what happened even in Khilafat movement. Can you remember Khilafat movement in 1919? And they remove, Caliphate in Turkey. They felt it is a attack against Islam. So they are feeling that only. That is Islamic backlash is there. Islamic countries, Organization of OIC, Organization of Islamic countries oppose India's move. And then when we have Ladakh Union Territory without assembly and Jammu and Kashmir assembly, Union Territory with assembly, Muslim people from Kargil protested. Kargil joined with Ladakh, mind it. Kargil joined with Ladakh. Ladakh is a Buddhist country. Again, they started, how can we join with these people? We want separate territory. So, Kargil people, Muslims are protesting. Kargil people are protesting. And then we have internet ban and violation issues. Kashmir has longest internet ban in the world. It has the longest ban in the world itself. That is Kashmir. Violation is going on. And some parts of at the time was like anything. Okay. So that is also there. So I want to confirm to you, my dear friends, that here is the point here. Interestingly, we saw that we saw these changes here in India with respect to things. Many people are opposing, like how can India do it? How can we arrest a lot of people? Because we arrested, many people were arrested. How can you arrest like this? So many issues were debated, discussed, but here is the most important point I want to confirm here. Nothing went wrong there. Nothing went wrong there. It was done. Friends, I would like to tell you, you can write these points, arguments for, arguments against in a question. You can do it. Then we have your own state has a current affair issue this this week. I hope you know this very well. The previous state day of West Bengal day was on June 20. June 20. It was now changed to September 8, if I'm not wrong. Am I correct? Yes or no? Even you don't know. That's great. Okay. So they want to make it as September 20 and they want this day because this day is, having some synergy with the, what do you call? Baishak day.
Poila Vaishak.
Pola Baishak. It's a new year for you, right?
Yeah, for Bengali.
For Bengalis. So they want to celebrate on this day. Very interesting one. So they choose one song, no? National song, I guess. Am I correct? Sorry, state anthem. State anthem. Can anyone sing that song? Banglar Mati, Banglar Jol.
So joy হবে এটা, I guess.
You are telling that Joy can sing? Are you there, Joy? No, she's not there, I guess. Who can sing that? Aparna? She's not there. Okay. Then who can sing? Hmm. Shekhar.
No, sir. I haven't listened to the song yet. I think,
I should
or
I should
maybe
take
once
you.
or
Hello,
twice.
sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, madam. We are waiting for you, in fact.
No, sir. I think there was some problem with my net. That's why you couldn't hear me.
No problem, no problem. We don't have any problem with the internet. We have problem with one song here. Can you sing that song?
Sir, I don't know the song.
Even we don't know the song. You can sing whatever you want.
Sir, I know nothing about the song.
You should know about the song. The song is, what is that song, Deepak?
বাংলার
Bengal.
মানুষ বাংলার জয়।
বাংলার মাটি বাংলার জল হবে ওটা। How can
জল
it be
হবে জল,
joy?
আরে হবে হয়তো, আমি কি করে জানবো?
शुरू करो Joy.
Sir, I don't know the song. I just guess that it's jol because jol is water and mati is land. So joy is victory. So it doesn't.
Rhyme
It's not
together.
correct, na? So land and water.
See, that is not about land and water. I want to see. I want to listen the song. Please do it. Wow, beautiful, excellent song. I'm listening it. In fact, sing.
Vibing it.
You are also feeling it, right, Deepak? I think
Yeah.
Shekhar is also listening now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Joy, you are wonderful. Your singing is wonderfulness. You know, we are enjoying it like anything. Just a
So you're
second.
telling like that. See, people are laughing at me.
Not lies. Just a second once. Hello? రూమ్ లో తినలేదు, క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాను. ఎక్కడున్నావు నువ్వు ఎక్కడున్నావు? ఓకే ఓకే అయితే ఓకేనా, మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను. కమాన్ కమాన్ జాయ్, సింగ్ వన్ లైన్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ షూర్ అబౌట్ ద లిరిక్. బాంగ్లా మాటి Bangla Jol. I'm sorry, it's a state anthem. I should not, I should not spoil it. I don't know how to sing it. Anyway, friends, you are going to have a new state anthem. You can rock it like anything. Okay, please sing very soon. I will very happy to listen. Joy, can you do it next week?
Yes, sir, I'll do it.
Shubham. Okay, friends, we are now. We try to understand that particular song is there. No, we understood now that song is very important, and your government is now choosing that particular song for the generations to come. And the song has, not song. The Bengal Day has a special significance. I believe every region has a uniqueness in its geography, in its culture, in its food habits. But I don't find any other state in India having that uniqueness because of its people. Because entire Indian Renaissance, if you ask me the motherland of Renaissance of India, I can tell you it is the Bengal. Even when I'm reading the maritime history of India from Sanju Sanyal, a Odia writer, He even quote many things like it's the Bengalis went on to bring many developments within the coastal regions. I'm not praising because I'm teaching to Bengal students. You had that historical background at a great level. Tell me whatever movement in India for independence in the absence of British happened. No, nowhere. So your place produced gems. I mean, the beautiful diamonds. Persons with impeccable, progress in Indian nation historical development. Say it can be Raja Ram Mohan Roy, or it can be Umesh Chandra Banerjee, or it can be the so-called, one of my favorite politician in India. In fact, I can't call politician, humanist, M.N. Roy. I don't know much of you, whether you focus or not. M.N. Roy, excellent person. India doesn't able to recognize this person. I believe so. Chinese did it. They recognized him, in fact. And you people have produced Rabindranath Tagore, or not, okay? Then our daughter-in-law, I think your daughter-in-law, Sarojini Naidu, okay? And we have Vivekananda, what not? Spiritual leaders, politicians, philosophers. You people produce like anything. Of course, you people have produced even the Naxalism also. In fact, the idea of Naxalism, the essence of Naxalism, the fight against Jamindars. You people created that spirit of fighting against injustice in the name of Naxalism. Don't tag it as a anti-national, anti-society, but the spirit of fighting is important there. So you people had that, you are earned that respect from India, whether they're giving or not is not priority, but you earned it, you deserve it. So there is a point. I want to congratulate all the state of people of West Bengal for having the new state anthem, and I also hope that you will going to celebrate your past to inspire entire India. Then we have a new scheme launched by government of Ministry of just a second. A new scheme launched by Ministry of Department of Telecom. So Department of Telecom launched a new scheme here. You can see the new scheme name is to recognize internet service providers. To recognize internet service providers, we have a new scheme. Recognition is also important. Couple of weeks back, Government of India even started to recognize SIM vendors, SIM card vendors. Not a small thing, SIM card vendors also began to recognize in India. Apart from that, India is now trying to enter into serious regulation of internet service providers. Who are internet service providers? Those who provide services for accessing, managing internet. They are internet service providers. Just have an idea. Okay. A new scheme to recognize internet service providers. Just have an idea. Department of Telecoms. Next, places in news. Morocco is in news because of earthquake. Morocco. So Morocco is in news. Those who are writing the non-IAS exams, please find out its currency, its capital. For IAS students, locate its borders. And read about earthquake. UPSC 2023 question is about earthquake, P waves, S waves. What is epicenter? Read about them. I want to confirm here. What do you mean by, the new article is coming here that Indian ports shipping minister Sarbanand Sonowal is going to Russia. He's going to Russia and he want to participate in Eastern Economic Forum Summit. You want to participate in Eastern Economic Forum Summit, which is in Vladivostok region. Where is Vladivostok region? This is the Vladivostok region. You can see there. So now, 2 years back, we have this discussion again. So now Vladivostok region became the heart of the spot. And here there is finding a route from Vladivostok region. You can see there, Vladivostok region on the top. And they want to connect Chennai. Interesting one. Today it is taking 40 days, no? If you connect this, it became 20 days. Within 20 days, you can come. So that connection programs is going workout is working right now. We'll wait and watch for the next developments there. So
there is
Vladivostok region, they want to connect from Vladivostok region to Chennai under this project, and this comes under Far East policy. Far East policy. Do remember this Far East policy. Am I clear? Far East policy. I hope you're clear. Far East policy.
Yes, sir.
Forest policy means having foreign relations with the Vladivostok region. Don't write Vladivostok region. And here I want to confirm to you, India is attending forest policy and architect. There is one thing called as Eastern Economic Forum. So the forum is called as Eastern Economic Forum. So what is Eastern Economic Forum? So Eastern Economic Forum was a group established. Eastern Economic Forum, a group established in 2015 to promote investment in this region. To promote investment in the region of Vladivostok. This region has very close to Arctic region, has very beautiful resources there. Resources there, okay? So that I can tell you. Yeah. So Vladivostok regions and Chennai quite important. I want to confirm to you, India is a member and engaging with Eastern Economic Forum countries. Do remember that. Now, this was announced hardly 2 days back. India, Middle East, Europe corridor. I would like to take a session in the next class on about G20 outcomes, what we achieved, why we connected all these things. Class will be on G20 in the next session. Don't miss it. So here I want to confirm India, Middle East, Europe corridor. So it includes several countries. India, Middle East economic corridor includes countries like India, obviously, USA, Saudi Arabia, European Union, UAE, France, Germany, Italy. I repeat again. India, USA, Saudi Arabia, European Union, UAE, France, Germany, and Italy. Mind it. This is quite important for us right now. IMIC is directly countering BRI. So they are directly countering BRI. You can see these areas. Very interesting. You can see that. So you will find very interesting developments in the coming days. Just have an idea. IMIC and all these things. IMIC, India Middle East Economic Corridor, is a flagship scheme of India, USA, Saudi Arabia, European Union, United Arab Emirates, France, Germany, Italy. Clear, ma? I hope you are clear.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second, please. Just give me a second. Thank you so much. And that is India Middle East Economic Corridor. Then we have Japan launched a lunar lander. Not today, in fact, it was previous one. Japan launched a lunar lander. So you can see its lunar lander name is Slim. Our lander name is, any guess?
Sir,
Program.
Pragyan.
Pragyan. Pragyan.
So,
Vikram. Like
you are correct. Pragyan is no, Pragyan is a rover.
so far.
Okay, it's a rover. No, Pragyan has R, no rover. Vikram is lander. He doesn't have R. No, he doesn't even have R. No. Anyway, Pragyan is a rover. Vikram is a lander. So just remember that Vikram, the lander, do here. But I want to confirm here different space projects of several countries. Different space projects of several countries. I will send you the PPT. Don't worry. Pioneer, Luna. Luna was failed. 2023 Luna failed. Luna 5, I guess, failed because it was unable to reach the target. Then we have Zoned, Ranger, and then we have Apollo, and then Changi 1, Changi 2, Changi 3, Changi 4, Changi 5. Then Bearish Sheet is one more thing. Bearish Sheet is one more thing is there. So that is also there. You can add one more here. One more point is there. One more country is there. That is UAE also sent some spacecraft to moon. UAE. In fact, first Arab country did it. Its name is Misbar Al Amal. The moon mission is Misbar Al Amal. Misbar Al Amal. Okay. So these are the famous moon missions. Famous moon missions you can work out here. Famous moon missions. Do remember here. I would like to tell you. Yeah. I would like to tell you that. And these missions are quite important for all the exam students, not only UPSC, for non-IAS exams, for SSC exams, because I'm expecting matching from this point of view. For example, let us say 2023 pattern. Which of the following does have GPS, own GPS? So they can ask simply, which of the following does have moon missions? So that is there. Next one, sovereign bond, gold bond scheme. Sovereign gold bond schemes is opened by RBI again. What do you mean by sovereign gold bond scheme? So sovereign gold bonds are government securities denominated in grams of gold. Let us say 10 grams of security, 20 grams of security, 13 grams of security, 50 grams of security. That every security, first of all, what is security? Chart accounts like Deepak will go and explain like anything, but I want to confirm to you, for us, for people like us, we are not very famous, no. So here is the point, security. What is security is trying to say? Okay. Trying to use okay. Security is nothing but a financial instrument. Financial
word.
instrument. I told you, don't talk anything. You will explain like anything. Okay. So financial instrument. Let me finish my knowledge here. Then you can give me suggestions. Financial instrument. Suno meri baat. Let us imagine a famous company in India. You know, the company is very brand company called as Kalyan Gold Factory. As such, nothing is there. Even imagination has never come to my mind. Let us say KGF is there, no Kalyan Gold Factory. They want 10 lakh rupees. Why sub 10 lakh rupees they want it. They went to bank and they said, for your face, I will give you only 5 lakhs. Remaining 5 lakhs, either I have to do robbery, I have to force someone to invest. But anyway, there is an option for me. If my company is somewhat old, if my company is somewhat old and it is having some business activity, it can go and issue bonds or securities. I will use that word, securities. So they can issue, I can issue securities. What are securities is about? It can be bond, or it can be your share, I mean equity.
The debentures.
Don't use your knowledge, please. As simple as it, I want to explain. I want to issue again. You can issue bond or issue security. What is bond? Nothing but you will get certain interest. Bond, you will get certain interest. That is, whatever you will invest, they will give you your interest. How they will give you? Imagine what bond essentially carries. Bond carries one, face value, then coupon rate or interest rate. Coupon rate or interest rate. Third, it will have maturity period. Maturity period. Every bond in this universe has same, almost similar kind of things. So every bond will have face value, coupon rate, maturity period. Okay. I would like to tell you one important fact here. That is, today we have sovereign gold bond. So all these gold bonds will be in the denomination of face value will be that face value will be calculated from a gold point of view, gold grams. How many gold grams it is there? It will provide interest rate and it will have maturity period. That is after 5 years, 10 years you can buy. So that is, it can be there. You can see that sovereign gold bonds are there to buy. Why now it was introduced here? Why sovereign gold bond was introduced by RBI right now? Because in the coming festival time is also coming, no? Inflation will rise in India. Already it is crossing in India at a good point only. So inflation will come. How inflation will come? It will come, generally it will come like as only it will come. No. It has supply side problems, demand side problems. How? Explain me. I want to explain with my own example, my dear friends. Nothing much I don't want to give you. Live example I will give you. Imagine that we have one event in India called as Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Remember that Har Ghar Tiranga campaign? During that campaign, every household hoisted flag, but many problems came. For my family, there is no flag. And you know very well, if neighbors are doing it, whether it is bad, whether it is good, if they are doing anything new, we will also do it. So there is some kind of sentiments. I don't know in West Bengal, but still, in Andhra and South India, it is very high. For example, if your child became doctor, whether by interest or not, they will force me to become doctor, as he became, like that. Comparative is very high in neighborings. I don't know in West Bengal. Is it there in West Bengal also? देखो वो काम कर रहे हैं, वो इतना कमा रहे हैं, वो इधर जा रहे हैं.
वो इंडिया में है पूरा इंडियन फैमिली का वो
Yes, yes, yes.
Then it's okay.
इक्वालिटी है हम लोग में.
Then it's okay. I just want to use it, but suddenly I got a doubt. Someone will feel bad. You bloody South Indian, you are insulting West Bengal like that, no? So I decided to remain calm. So I used my own example that is better. Anyway, that will be there now. So what happened to me? My father called. I said, "You bring one national flag." I said, "I cannot buy. why? Are you not in Indian? My mother asked me. I said, to prove my Indianness, if flag is enough, it cannot sufficient to show my Indianness, my dear Mataji. But anyway, if fathers demand something, we can beg, we can request. But mothers have a silent veto power in every family. If they desire something, entire universe will follow it. I mean to say, if mother said, I want to bring, I want to do this, no one will stop her. Not possible, my dear friends. That is a uniqueness in nature and even mothers. If they want to, provide us, they will provide everything on time. If they want to delay, definitely your what you call Zomato and your Swiggy also won't come. That much torture they will show you. Anyway, uh, coming to the point, mother asked me, I said, I don't want to do it. Then my father called me, you have to do. I went to the shop. Okay, I brought in the same flag for 50 rupees. You don't believe me. I brought it for 350 rupees. 50 rupees cost flag became 350 rupees. Okay. What happens there? I have money to buy, but they don't have flags to sell to my demand. That is, supply side constraint will rise the prices. Number one. Supply side constraints will rise the prices. Second one is demand side also will rise the prices. As India today witnessing supply side constraint, prices are rising. No, people had money and people had supply side constraints. So what RBI decided? Better to take this money. If RBI came like me and say I'm RBI, can you give me 10,000 rupees? Nobody will give. Nobody will give. So here is the point. RBI decided to sell its sovereign gold bonds. By selling, what they will do? By selling, they will take money now. If money come to RBI, people don't have money. The extra money will be with the RBI, and people doesn't have money. They don't do any extra overaction things. Because I want to confirm to you, money is the biggest creator of the demand. If you have 10,000 rupees, people will try to buy 20,000 rupees mobile phone. That is interesting thing. If you have 5 rupees, your eyes will be on the 10 rupees chocolates. If you have 20 rupees, you think different else. I want to confirm to you, money will create that stimulations. Buy something, eat something, buy something, drink something. Like that, it will create desires. So why today's sovereign gold bond scheme was introduced? Because it aims to so-called just a second. So I want to confirm to you, my dear friends, RBI launched this sovereign gold bond right now, aims to take away the excessive money from the Indian market.
सर
That we can understand. I guess Deepak is there. Yes, Deepak.
सर तो मतलब इस सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड के आरबीआई का कंट्रैक्शनरी पॉलिसी हुआ
To some extent, you are correct.
to correct the inflation.
Yes, you are correct. Good. So that is what I want to stop here. These are some of the important issues in the back days. I would like to take the class attention towards one more current affair issue before going to leave. In fact, very interesting one also. So that one is in today's newspaper. It was there in today's newspaper. In today's newspaper, we have one article talks about retrospective application of one case CBI issue. I would like to take it as a lecture here so that you will get a clarity like anything. But before that, just watch these things. So CBI does not require permission to probe pre-2014 cases to Supreme Court. What was that issue is about? CBA issue, the last session article I'm going to discuss in today's class. What is CBA origin? CBA established under 1930 established during World War II, right? Established during World War II, and this due to investigate war corruption. Investigate war corruption issues. They established in 1941. Later, CBI works under Special Police Special Police Establishment Act. Okay. And later it came to 1946. It came to be under Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. So, in this act, there is no mention of CBI, but still it drives its power. It drives its power from this DSP-CPE, that is Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. It will get the powers. Okay. So, I want to say to you these important things, my dear friends. That is, Sardar Patel even had faith over this institution, CBI. And here is the point I want to confirm, to be precisely. In fact, CBI became the topmost agency in investigation. Topmost agency in investigation. And here is the point I want to confirm. It investigates criminal cases also, corruption cases also. That is a straight away point I want to confirm. Corruption cases. Chalo? The whole issue started not in 2014, in 2004. There is a person called as Dr. Kishore. Remember his name, Dr. Kishore, the chief health officer, chief medical officer, chief medical officer. He was arrested. He was arrested on corruption issue. What is the interesting thing is there? Thing is the next one only. Dr. Kishore applied a case, and he said his arrest is illegal, not because of he doesn't do any corruption, my dear friends. He said my arrest is illegal. My arrest is illegal. My arrest is illegal as it violates 6A of Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. What is this section is telling to you? 6A is telling to you, I repeat once again, it's illegal to arrest me. That is what Kishore said as per section 6A. So I just want to confirm here that interestingly we have this interesting one. It said arrest is not possible. Arrest of secretaries. Arrest of secretaries or arrest of secretary, the joint secretaries is not possible without central government consent. Without central government consent. Okay. Just a second. Hello. సుష్మా అమ్మాయి మన స్నేహిత అమ్మాయి భోజనం చేయలేదంటారు. మనం ఏం పట్టించుకోవాల్సిన పని లేదు. అసలు ఒకసారి వెళ్ళి తిన్నావా లేదా, తినకపోతే కనుక కూర్చోబెట్టి తినిపించు. నేను ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ కూడా అమ్మాయి తినలేదంట, ఎగ్జామ్ ఉందని. ఓకే, ఎక్కడుంది, కిందే ఉందా? వెళ్ళొద్దు సరే, వెళ్ళి నువ్వు మాట్లాడు, నేను లైన్లోనే ఉంటాను. ప్లీజ్ మాట్లాడుతూ నేను లైన్లో ఉంటాను. ఓకే. So we have that section 6A of DPSP Act talks about arrest of secretary or joint secretary not possible without central government consent. In which year? 2004, no. 2014 a case was filed against this. By Subramanian Swamy. You know this person, right? Subramanian Swamy, SS Director of CBI. Subramanian Swamy SS Director of CBI. హలో, విన్నాను. ఏమంటుంది? ఒకసారి పో నువ్వు. తింటావా నువ్వు? తినవా? లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇది తినవా? నేను వస్తున్నాను 5 minutes లో, నీ పని చెప్తాను. కోపం తెప్పించుకో, వెళ్ళి కొంచెం తినరా పో. I want to confirm to you here, Subramanian Swamy case, Supreme Court stated that this 6A is violation or violation of Part 3 of Indian Constitution, particularly Article 13 is violated. Article 13 is violated. Okay. Article 13 is violated. What is Article 13? Laws inconsistent with fundamental rights can be declared as null and void. So in this case, Supreme Court believes Article 14 was violated. Article 14 was violated. Article 14 was violated. Clear point here. Article 14 is violated. Do remember this. So why should we give importance to these people? Why should we give importance to these people? So Article 14 is violated. This is what the thing. But you can see that a case was filed a few days back asking, my dear Supreme Court, respected Supreme Court, you abolished this Section 6A, declared as null and void in 2014. Will this applicable to pre-2014 cases, that is If a person like Kalyan arrested in 2010 from the corruption charges is a joint secretary, shall I apply 6A or shall I directly prosecute him? That is, shall I take permission from the central government? Shall I directly investigate him? I repeat once again. Your lordship, my lordship, in 2014, you told that 6A should not be there. It is violating fundamental rights. But I want to ask you, something similar kind of incidents happened in 2010. How to proceed? Supreme Court said, proceed without any kind of permissions. That is the beautiful article is trying to say. So I want to confirm to you, anything in India, if it is affecting fundamental rights, anything in India, if it is affecting fundamental rights, so anything in India, if it is affecting fundamental rights, no, you will have Supreme Court is there, Supreme Court will try to take care about it. So that is what the CBI issue is dealing here. I hope you are very clear with this. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just take the notes and just read the articles. Friends, we are coming to mid-September, and after Dashara, okay, and we'll try to see what will happen. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for your patience listening. I hope it's a great session for you. Any doubts are there? I will wait for last 5 minutes. After a long time, you came, right, Ayon?
Sir,
Pritam.
sir, I sent you an essay which you gave us to write.
Yeah, you sent me. I even corrected it. I haven't re-uploaded because of busy works. You did well, Pritam. Like you, I think you wrote first time, I guess. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Good, Pritam. Your efforts are very clean. You are doing well. Need some corrections with respect to, you know, with respect to adding some valuable points. Remaining things are fine. Value content development is somewhat missing. So you can do it in the coming days, Pritam. You can improve a lot. But there is a lot of potential for you in our answers. I really appreciate your answers. Very good. Keep it up.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good, good. Rajoshri,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Sir, I'm fine.
Good. How is your weather there?
Rainy.
What you ate afternoon?
Khichdi.
Evening?
Tea biscuit.
That's it. What
Yes.
generally Bengalis will take? Heavy rice? No, heavy machili, I guess.
On some days.
Okay. In South, in Andhra, they won't touch non-veg on Saturday. Any such days in Bengal?
Yes, sir. On Saturday, we eat veg, not non-veg.
Why like that?
There are some beliefs, I guess. Not aware of that.
You can find it for here. They will believe Venkateshwara Swami, Perumal, Balaji. I don't think even there also it is there. Balaji is still famous.
Sir, no, sir. Kaliji, Saturday.
Good. Anyway, find out why
Durga.
people won't eat in Saturday. All right. With this beautiful time and your patience listening, thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great preparation ahead. We'll see you in the next class. I haven't asked you anything, but you are sending. Thanks a lot. See, generally in history, one thing will go, you will get sleep. But in current affairs, there is no connection between one topic and another topic. But interestingly, you are still attending the classes without any feeling bored. Generally, it will happen for my classes, they will attend, but the thing is, you are attending in online, no? That is interesting. Anyway, thanks a lot. Take a special session about our no interaction, not now. Talk in the coming days. Thank you so much and have a great day. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.